Hey friends, long time no see. I thought it's time for a quick update because Notion changed so many things, especially in the realm of AI. And maybe you have noticed, but the new slogan of Notion is it's an AI-powered workspace. So Notion, I think in September, introduced the AI agent. That's a kind of AI-powered assistant that helps you with your tasks, with filling out databases, creating whole workspaces based on your prompts. It's a really powerful use of AI, and for me, it was the first time that I was actually using the Notion AI. Before I was skeptical. For me, it was something Notion introduced because of all this AI hype. But I have to say, the Notion AI agent is really powerful and it made me more productive. But if you follow me, you probably know that I am in the Notion space. I'm mostly known for my knowledge management templates, mainly the Zettelkasten template and my space repetition template. So you might want to ask me, Philip, how can I use the AI agent for my knowledge management in Notion? That's a good question. I will try to answer it. But before we proceed, I first want to define what knowledge management actually is, because a lot of people talk about knowledge management, but I think most people have never defined it or don't even know what you're talking about. So, what is it? It's really simple. It's the process of capturing information, of structuring information, and of making it retrievable for your later self or for others. That's knowledge management. And that sounds like something where AI can be of great help. Let's take a look at some use cases I've created for my knowledge management system in Notion. The first is capturing information. The AI agent can crawl websites, and this is really useful if you want to copy the content of a website into your Notion workspace, or if you want to summarize the content of a web page inside your Notion workspace. So to test it, I've created here an entry in my knowledge management database, and here is a link to the Wikipedia entry of Niklas Luhmann. Niklas Luhmann was the inventor of the Zettelkasten method, so my favorite knowledge management method, but that's not part of this video. So now I just want to show you how to copy the content of this Wikipedia page into my Notion page. So I simply instruct the AI to copy it and paste it here. That's the prompt. I have the whole Wikipedia page inside my Notion workspace. Of course, yeah, I don't want to have as much information here on this page. So the next instruction, next prompt is please summarize it and replace the content with your summary, and please the summary should be in English because now the text is in German. But yeah, I want to show you that you can easily translate everything into any language. So that's my prompt, and within some seconds, the whole Wikipedia content is replaced with a neat summary. And that's how you can quickly capture information. You can also do it with PDFs. Here's an example with some EU AI regulation I found on the internet. And I've uploaded it into this Notion database and asked AI to summarize it on this page. But I got an error message. Why? What happened? It seems that Notion cannot do that with PDFs that are longer than 100 pages. So with shorter PDFs, it's possible. I had some success. Here's an example. But with longer PDFs, you have to split them. So the second use case is creating questions for my space repetition system based on the content I have summarized in my knowledge database. I'm using my own template as a space repetition system. I think if you want to use space repetition in Notion, it's the best template you can find on the internet because it's the only one that really uses an Anki-like algorithm for your space repetitions. So check it out if you're interested. It's free and you can download it if you click on the link in the description of this video. So how to do it. So how can we now create questions out of the summary? Easy, we just instruct AI to create questions and to copy it in the space repetition database. And you see within some seconds we have the questions in the space repetition system. Another way to deepen your knowledge about any topic is using the Feynman method. What is the Feynman method, you might ask now? Well, that's a learning method based on the physicist Richard Feynman. He was suggesting his students to, if you want to learn about any topic, that they should actually write an essay about it. And in this essay, they should try to teach it to somebody else. They should try to explain the topic to somebody else. After writing the essay, you should check your essay and search for knowledge gaps or facts you got wrong. Of course, that can be speed up with AI. AI can, within some seconds, identify your knowledge gaps. It can tell you what you get wrong, and it can suggest material, papers, books you should read to close your knowledge gap. So that are the 3 AI agent use cases I found for knowledge management in Notion. If you have found any other use cases, please share them in the video. I would really appreciate that. But now I come to the most important part of this video, the criticism. Because actually, I don't think that you should use AI too much for knowledge management. Let me explain. So AI is really helpful if you want to avoid friction. For example, when I'm using it for task or project management, and I want to transfer meeting notes into tasks or events or projects or whatever, AI can speed up this process immensely, and it's a great help. But with knowledge management, actually, this friction is actually useful because that's where the learning is happening. So let me explain. So if I'm using AI to capture and summarize information or websites, I will quickly have a library of hundreds, if not thousands, of different topics in my Notion database. But but it will be in my second brain, not in my first brain. And this is, of course, an issue. So I would say this leads to quantity over quality. So you will have a lot of shallow knowledge, but not a lot of deep knowledge. So what would I suggest? It depends. So I'm not against using AI. I think it is a great tool, but there's a saying, if the only tool you know is a hammer, everything, every problem you see looks like a nail. And it's the same with AI. So you should know the situation where it's actually helping you, and you should be able to identify situations where it is able to help you, and also to identify situations where it might do more harm than good. And I think with learning, yeah, in most cases, I would not recommend it. Perhaps if you're a student and if you prepare for an exam, you don't have a lot of time. Yeah, in this case, it can make sense to summarize something, try to get the essence out of a text, out of a topic, formulate some questions that are very likely to get asked during the exam. But if you want to transfer the knowledge long term into your brain, I think no, it's not a good idea to rely too much on AI. Still, I'm not against AI. You're a free person, you can use it whenever you want. But if you use it, ask yourself, is it actually the right situation for AI? Or am I just pretending to learn something because I am procrastinating and it's just easier to use AI? Because using AI gives us the illusion to do something, to learn something, to deepen our knowledge, even if in fact we don't learn anything. Well, that's everything for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.